middle of September. You see the tip of this? You see this thing's putting on new growth? Look at these tips. Brand new growth. Look at my neighbor's trees. They're all going dormant. These are acting like it's April. We're going to stop growing. They don't know how to stop growing. I'm telling you, man, all my neighbor's trees, all these things are in full fall color, acting like we're not going to stop growing.
Did you have your neighbors coming over asking?
I'm glad you asked. Everybody listen to me. And here's the word. The natural man cannot. It's not a choice thing. It's not a would not. It's a capacity thing. The natural man cannot receive the things of God. Neither can he know them because their spirits are. All my neighbors went to school. They're highly educated. And because they're here, they can't get it. They can't get it because they're here. I'm so glad I never went to school. I just watch what God's doing. I ask him, how do you grow stuff without water? He says, come and we'll show you. And because he's doing it, I can do it.
Yeah.
I never had the hang up of school saying I couldn't. So they're all telling you in school, this won't work.
You can't do it.
This can't work. Yeah.
It won't work. They're telling you that in school.
Yeah.
So I'm just so glad I just got free of not having to go to school and didn't have to have my brain erased. I just said, well, God, you're doing it. I can do it. Just to give you an example how powerful that is, in January 1990, Sunset Magazine did an article on my orchard. Sunset Magazine.
Cool.
How it got there was, I give my apples to everybody because I have so many. One of my friends had some apples. He gave one to a friend of his who was an editor for Sunset Magazine. The guy eating the apple on the way home got his pants wet. Well, look at the water content.
Because of the juice.
Look at all the water in it. So he calls me and he says, I have never had an apple so much water content. He says, how do you get so much water in your apples? He says, well, that's an interesting question. I've never watered my trees. I don't have water. I've never irrigated. I don't know how the water gets here. He says, no way. I says, I don't have water. They've never been watered. I don't believe you. So he comes up here and he does this article. That October, a whole suburban load of Washington State University professors show up to look at this thing that's not watered. And they're looking at my neighbor's tree. All the leaves are off. These things are in full leaf, fall color, and a load of the fruit that tastes like this, and they're flipping out like, this is amazing. And one of these guys looks at the ground and says, oh no, you're going to destroy these orchards with all these wood chips. Excuse me? Destroy the orchard with wood chips? He says, yes, wood products type nitrogen make your soil acidic. And I tell you, I something rose up. I says, let me tell you something, sir. I didn't go to school, but I'm not stupid. You see that forest out there? Let's get real. You see that forest out there?
The whole floor is covered.
This has been going on for 6,000 years of recorded human history. It's superior to anything you have in school. All your chemicals, all your stuff doesn't compare to that incredible, sustainable environment, and it's maintained on 100% wood products. Needles, leaves, cones, broken branches, broken trees that no one rakes up. And you're telling me this is going to fail? If you tell me I got a nitrogen type, how come everything's so green? How come the grass on the edge of the wood chips is the thickest and the greenest? I mean, help me. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing the opposite.
Right.
And they walked off, totally convinced. And that's when God said to me, the natural man cannot. That's when I got it.
They just went away scratching their head and they didn't get it.
They came back the next time I was angry. And I told them, I said, the issue is money. Everything you teach is dependent on your chemical fertilizers, your pesticides, herbicides. And without that, your system will fail. You can take everything away from me, even pack my water off, and I'll grow everything superior to what you're growing. Because that's the natural order.
How about your genetically modified seeds that you want to sell for a premium price?
I have nothing to do with those. I don't want any of that trash. And I'm so thankful no one around here has it either. You know?
Yeah.
We don't want that garbage down where we're at.
Let me start here. We haven't started yet. This is all this. All preview. I usually start here. I start here with a couple of disclaimers. I have absolutely nothing to sell, and this is not about me. What this is about is this incredible good God who comes from a place of love and light, who really loves his creation, has provided it very well for us. And I want the whole point of this is for you to get his goodness and his abundance, and how beautiful the system is, and how very simple it is. And that's my whole purpose. Let's just start here because I want to show you. Yes.
That sounds like better than going to church and putting money in the envelope. It just sounds more real to me.
He's real. He's good.
It is real.
He is so good, and he loves his kids, and he's a responsible. He provided everything we need in abundance. But we have an enemy who's done his best to rob, kill, and destroy. And he needs to be exposed. Paul says, don't be ignorant of his devices, and I want you to see the awesomeness of the Creator. Let me show you some interesting contrasts. These are the kind of things that get my attention. You see across the fence of my neighbor's yard a rhododendron growing. You know, I'm just telling you, we're being observant here. We're just looking. Now you can tell it's not happy. It's alive. It's growing, but it's not well.
It's not happy, no.
You know, and you can just see it's
The drift.
And I want you to notice this rhododendron here. Now, in the natural mind, this rhododendron is growing next to a huge sequoia tree that's sucking everything out of the ground to support it. And it looks like that, with no attention, no water, no fertilizer, no nothing. It looks like that. Look at all the buds on it. Look closely at how many buds are on there. And the density and the beautiful foliage with absolutely no attention, growing next to a tree that's sucking everything out of the ground to support it. Excuse me? I'm just saying, man, these are the things that rock my brain, because I wasn't told this in school. I was told this won't work. You can't grow stuff next to it. And look at this poor thing over there. You know, side by side, same environment. This has a wood chip covering. That has none.
Don't you want to throw some wood chips over once in a while?
No, this is so beneficial for you. It's, see, but I want people to see the contrast. It's powerful. Cherry tree here. I was here 34 years ago physically when my neighbors planted it. That tree is a Royal Land cherry and it's 34 years old. And I was here when they planted it.
This tree here?
This cherry tree right here. I want you all to take a mental picture of the trunk, the size of the tree, the color of the foliage, because we're going to go look over at one over here. That's the exact same tree, a Royal Land cherry that's 20 years younger. And I want you to compare it.
I'm going to get this powerful comparison right
Put
here.
wood chips on every year? Or
No,
every few
the
years?
last time I put wood chips in the orchard was 12 years ago.
Oh, wow.
How long ago? 12 years ago.
How deep did you put them?
16 inches and right up to the tree trunks, which they say you can't do.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Right up to the
16
Right up
inches
to the tree.
deep. That's this. Right up to tree trunks.
Okay.
And all the books say you can't do it.